What would you do if you were told tomorrow you only had weeks or months to live? Assisted suicide and elective euthanasia have come onto the national scene in recent years, highlighted by Brittany Maynard's choice to end her life at the age of 29 due to being diagnosed with a terminal form of brain cancer. She advocated for and believed that every individual should have the choice to die with dignity. Brittany learned of her condition at the age of 29. After months of research about her condition and how she would suffer a terrible death, she began looking into death with dignity. She uprooted her and her husband's lives to Oregon, one of only 5 states in the nation that offers the option of dying on one's own terms via a prescribed barbiturate. Brittany truly believed that not only was this the best option for her own family, but everyone deserved to die with dignity on their own terms. Brittany has been married for just over a year and was planning a family when she learned that she had brain cancer. Because her prognosis was so poor and the death she would suffer so terrible, she began exploring the alternative of dying in peace with dignity. She underwent a partial craniotomy and a partial resection of her temporal lobe, only to have the tumor grow stronger and be given just 6 months to live. The recommended full brain radiation would have severely impacted her quality of life, causing symptoms such as scalp burn even. Because she was so young and healthy, even dying in hospice care would put stress on both her and her family, so she began looking at the option of death with dignity. This is an option for terminally diagnosed patients that have less than 6 months to live and are of sound mind. Making the arrangements to die in a peaceful manner were complicated, but Brittany eventually settled in Oregon to do so. Oregon is one of only 5 states where this is even an option, but where she could request and receive a prescription from a doctor that she could take when she was ready to end her suffering. In order to move, Brittany had to establish residency, get a new license, find a home, and even her husband had to take a leave of absence from work. This option was available to them as a family, but not all families are in a position to do the same or have the same resources to relocate in such a manner. At the time this article was self-written, Brittany had not yet chosen to take the medication. The choice to end her own life on her terms and in a manner that eliminated her suffering brought Brittany relief, and she believed that it was a right that everyone should have. Brittany felt she would be able to really enjoy the time that she had left instead of dreading an awful end. She planned to celebrate her husband's birthday with him in October and then take the medication shortly after. She would be able to be surrounded by the love of her family when she went in her own bedroom, and she was relieved to have that option and knew that she could decide not to take that choice as well. Brittany felt that no one had the right to tell her that she should have to suffer, and she was not allowed to make this choice for herself. I hope that if anyone else were in her shoes, that they too would be afforded that right. Brittany's choice was a hard one to make, but it was hers alone in the end. Brittany was a young, healthy, terminally ill brain cancer patient who decided to die with dignity once she learned how awfully she would suffer otherwise. She was prescribed a medication by a doctor after relocating to Oregon, and she felt this should be an option for anyone else ever in her shoes. Assisted suicide is the topic of heavy debate in this country right now, but Brittany Maynard was able to put a face to the issue by sharing her story. If you are ever faced with an unavoidably painful death, wouldn't you want to have the choice to die without suffering?